My mountain bike has provided me fun times over this past year on trails and trail features from Snowshoe, West Virginia to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. To allow for this fun and heavy use, my bike occasionally needs some repair and care. After catching a stick on a local ride, I suffered a broken spoke. This is bound to happen to all who ride at some point. Normally this means a trip to the bike shop for proper professional care. In this video, I will show you a stay-at-home spoke fix to get back on the trail. Here are some of the tools you need. While I'm far from a certified professional mechanic, I've done this fix several times with good long-term results. Now, I did have that week of training at SRAM Technical University. That makes me somewhat qualified. I got to work by locking out the clutch on the SRAM derailleur. A 6mm Allen wrench was used to remove the through axle. I used a T25 bit and cordless drill to remove the rotor bolts. Any T25 wrench would have worked though. A cassette tool, chain whip, 26mm socket, and socket wrench were used to remove the cassette. I had the proper length spoke laying around. Spoke boxes never come in the number needed to build wheels, so normally there are spokes of all sizes at your local bike shop. It's a good idea to get replacement spokes for a few dollars to fit your bike and have on hand for such a reason. To get the spoke threaded from the spoke nipple, I used pliers to make a J-bend in the broken spoke. This gave me a secure hold so that the spoke wrench did not simply turn the spoke in circles. A professional would have removed the tire and rim strip, then removed the spoke nipple and replaced it. I threaded the new spoke out to end, matching the pattern on the rest of the wheel. This wheel was 3-cross pattern. The pattern of crossing under, and over was matched. The spoke was threaded first by hand, then with a spoke wrench. A professional would have used a spoke tension gauge and truing stand to finish the build. I just went off feel. I am a believer in blue Loctite to prevent rotor bolts from coming loose. I had a tragic experience of ruining a beautiful hub because of loose rotor bolts. Using my drill on the lightest torque setting, I snugged the rotor bolts. The bolts were tightened with a torque wrench to 55 inch-pounds. Any T25 wrench would have done the job. Just make sure if the wrench is 6 inches long, you put about 10 pounds of force on it. Now, I forgot to mention a tool that has become more important to me lately. Middle age has robbed me of my vision when it comes to fine print or things up close, so these reading glasses to stay on the workbench have been essential to me. XG driver free hub bodies like being clean and lubed. They will make noise and lock to cassettes otherwise. So before I put the cassette on, this was done. The cassette tool was used to snug the cassette by hand, then tightened to 40 Newton meters with a torque wrench. I used the workbench to hold the wheel from moving. The wheel was put back on the bike and torqued to spec. This may be different depending on your bike. Normally the torque spec is listed on the axle somewhere. I engaged the derailleur by pulling the cage forward. Then my bike was ready to hit the trail for more adventure and fun. Thank you for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this stay-at-home repair. Subscribe to see more related content and leave any comments below. Until next time, go have some fun on your bike.